Good morning and welcome to Phoenix Business Exchange East End Edition. This is oh my goodness, it's August 19th. The summer is floating by. And if you're in the Ottawa Valley, it's a slightly damp day, but it's not overbearing. And in the Business Exchange group, though, we still meet rain and shine. And in person, at least once a month at Hive, where we had a really great session earlier this week. And last week on Friday, we had a great time with connecting with folks at the Greensmere Golf Club for the St. Louis Bar and Grill, and where we were doing a golf tournament for one of our members, the Canada Food Cupboard. Awesome day, sunny day, a little bit of rain that day too, but it was an awesome day. So these are things we get into. These are things we involve our members with. You too can be part of that membership. I'm going to share a website here in a second, and it's pbex.ca. And so if you come on in, you'll see this website. It'll start off here at pbex.ca. Scroll down. A member of the week is Patricia Ramirez. Patricia sells Maluka products, and if you want to find out more about what Patricia does, how to get the products, click on her e-card. And that's another kind of a great benefit inside the Phoenix space. We all have e-cards. What does that mean? It's a quick way to link to us and whether it's by text, by email, to the website, and we have videos that explain what we do. Monday mornings, we meet 8 to 9 Eastern. That's the Bell Corners group. Today's group is East End, 8 to 9. Just click here and follow the rabbit hole. Come on in. Thursday, we're also meeting 8 to 9 for the South End group. And August 25th, we're having an after hours group at 7 p.m. hosted by Penny Lee Prevost. What's happening in that space? It's about accountability. So in other words, keeping you on track with your goals. Penny Lee's not gonna arm wrestle you, but it provides a line in the sand for you to achieve your goals and target it. And upcoming member events, excuse me, click here and you can find out any events, and anybody inside the Phoenix space can have events posted in the space. So if you have, whether it's you're hosting an event like a golf tournament, or whether it's a special event like a trade show, you'll find it here. Canada Growth Network meets on Mondays at 1 p.m. Eastern. By the way, next week, it's going to be Carl Richards who's going to be speaking about being podcast guest, how to be a podcast guest and how to leverage that element. So he's speaking at Canada Growth Network at 1 p.m. Eastern. Free to attend. East Trade Winds is next Tuesday, 8 a.m. Also free to attend. Come when you can for both those sessions. Come when you can. And the kind of the cool thing about this particular space, we're having Vance Morris, who's going to talk about keeping customer retention. And well, look at that. We're going to be meeting September 21st at Hive in person. So that's we're going to be having a bite to eat and the breakfast at 7:30 though, right? So a lot of times people forget that and they show up at 8. But if you're in person, come on in. Or you can join us online. Great conversations in that space. QR directory for all members. Click here. So you hear someone talking today, maybe social media content, and you want to know, gee, how do I find Cat Herd? Or it's Susan McGarry, and she's got Pure Trim products, and maybe she's got an event happening tonight at Hive, and she's doing a product demo. Oh, there you go. You can reach her, you can find her, or you need that mortgage honey because you have a mortgage coming up, or maybe you just need your headlamps cleaned or your car cleaned before the winter rolls in. You can find all these people in this particular space. E-cards to give you a sense of traction. 4,229 hits collectively on all the e-cards inside Phoenix Business Exchange. Again, it just shows you that there's traction, there's activity going on. $5 million worth of business just between members since 2016. Year to date is $35,553 in referrals, and that's just between the memberships. Join today. Hit the apply here button, the easy button. It's almost like the easy button, but not quite. And without much more ado, I'm going to swing over for a educational moment with Tony Jennis, and then we will go into the round robin of who we are, what we're doing, and what's going on. Tony, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Bernie. One of the things I wanted to bring up today is obstacles that we have in our life and the hardships that we have had over the years. It's amazing to know that some of the greatest people that we know have had such a difficult childhood, and it wasn't so much what happened to them. Like many people have childhood things going on, and whether it was domestic disputes or whether it was it just goes on and on about the different things that happened to us when we were kids. Some people hold on to them like they're a bottle, and other people hold on to them like they're a straw. In other words, it goes right through them. They still went through the experience, but they never held on to it long enough for them to weigh them down. A little bit like holding on to the Titanic so it wouldn't sink. The idea here is to use the hardship or the obstacles you have to your advantage. What makes you a different person after that experience? And there's so many people like Tony Robbins. I mean, here is a guy that's 6'8", and he was abused by his parents. His mom kicked him out when he was 13 or 14 or something. He had to fend for himself. He was living on the streets. At that time, he says he went into restaurants that would only have an all-you-can-eat buffet because he was a big man and had a big appetite. And that in those days, he says it was $5. Boy, did he get his money worth! And there was one time where, or it was $10 or something, and it was one time where across from him, a mother had come in and went to the all-you-can-eat and had her son with her and only got one plate because she only had the $10 to pay for the meal. So Tony, at that time, he said, even though I'm starving, they need it more. And he gave the $10 to the lady so she could eat. Many other things like that. And that has built this person into an empire using the obstacles that he had in his life. He says, I don't know what I would be if I didn't have such a difficult childhood. And that's one of the things many of us say we don't want. Other people like Robin Williams, very, very accomplished comedian. I think he's been the greatest comedian ever. He would do 14 or 15 shows in a row, and all of it was ad lib. He did it for like an hour at a time. It just comes out of his head and things. He was such a genius there because he had such a difficult childhood and he had a hard time letting it go. Jim Carrey was another one. When he came to Hollywood, he had nothing. He was living under bridges. He was living in just places wherever, some friends even, he only knew them for a couple of days. Can I crash at your place for a few days? And he'd have sort of a route, different friends that he would sleep at so he wouldn't overstay his welcome. John Candy was another one. A very difficult childhood. And one would think that somebody would be so abusive to that person, such a nice-hearted man, but so he was a very nice-hearted woman, or a nice-hearted child. So as a little boy, a lot of people would say that those kind of abuse would have something to do with them. So they would have very difficult way of bringing their own like self-love to the point where they can still like themselves. Many people, I have many people that come to me and they have issues in their childhood and they don't like themselves. They think that they're less than, they don't deserve a lot of things. But John Candy turned it all around and he actually made a movie. I don't know if you've heard it. It's called I Love Me. If you have that an opportunity to watch it, it's a pretty cool way to be able to see how he turned adversity into something very, very different. Marcus Aurelius had a quote, and it said, "Water wouldn't sound so beautiful without the rocks in the way." Okay, back to you, Bernie.
Tony, I like that. Thank you so much. And so, folks, we're live on LinkedIn. The feed connection is in the string. And we'll do a round robin of, hey, what's going on? I'm going to start off with Sam and then go to Jacqueline. Go ahead, Sam.
Thank you, Bernie. Good morning, everyone. Sam Stores, ConnectedCars.ca. I just put my contact information in the chat. Dash cameras are my main thing. Actually installed one while I was on holidays for the past, well, it was actually almost 4 weeks at our cottage, enjoying the nice weather down there. And came back to Ottawa. First time ever that I came back to Ottawa, and the grass on my lawn was the same color it was when I left, which was amazing. I think I heard yesterday that it was the wettest summer so far in Ottawa in history, I guess, in record wise. So didn't have any water in the basement, which is good, like some other people in the city have had. But I'm pretty happy that the grass is not brownish colored and it's a nice green coming back to. Well, I'm catching up with all my customers. Did a brake job yesterday. It actually did some wheel reconditioning. If somebody, I'm going to get into that business. I'm going to talk about that more. If you have winter rims and they're looking awfully ugly, maybe rusted and flaked away, I'm going to start doing that because several of my customers have successfully done that. So it's one thing I'm going to get into. But this week I'm talking about radiator fluid because our vehicle down at our cottage is a 4x4. We put our boats in with it. It started to overheat when I was down there in the spring, and I thought, well, maybe the rad fluid is gone. And sure enough, that's what it was. So if your rad fluid is several years old, you might want to consider getting it changed over. It's basically a dump and refill process. It's nothing radical, but it's an important thing to keep your radiator fluid in top-notch condition, especially when it's really hot, as it was with my car and at the cottage. But even especially in the wintertime when it's freezing cold, because you don't want the red fluid to freeze up. No BAMs to report. So that's it for me, Sam Sturris, connectedcars.ca, today's mobile electronics without the cost of a new vehicle, and a lot more.
Sam, thank you so much. And little promo there for Carl, who's speaking on Monday. Over to Jacqueline.
Well, good morning, everyone. So I'm surprised to see more rain. Shocking. And here's a question. As you took a breath, when you opened the door, you lifted your shoulders, you took them back, you released them down, you extended the arms and thought, maybe I should go for a walk in the rain. When was the last time you took a walk in the rain? Many people have thought, well, why would I do that? It's not such a great day. It's not great at time. You know what? It's about recalibrating, no pun intended. When you decide that it's going to be a fantastic kind of day, let it be a fantastic kind of day. And at this moment, I'm going to talk about Amazon's web services. There is an event that's taking place this weekend on Friday and Saturday at Invest Ottawa, and it's called Community Day. And it is about AI. It is about the platforms. It's about hackathon. So here I am, your mortgage honey, who's wondering about hackathons. I've never seen it, never done it. And I thought, like everyone else, why don't you take a peek and see, maybe there's stuff you can learn, Jacqueline. When you're looking for strategies for your mortgage money, not at the hackathon, it's with your mortgage honey.
I think hackathons are another version of crowdsourcing, except with a specific bandwidth focus, just as a sidebar. But yeah, that was Arail. He was doing that. He was part of hackathons.
Wow. It's AI, and it continues to, I still have no idea about cloud services. So when I'm not, well, I've got 3 clients to work with today with my mortgage. This will be interesting. Another opportunity to learn more in the nation's capital.
Awesome. And next quick promo is the Vance Morris speaking at East Tradewinds on Tuesday. And I'm going to swing over to Tony next.
Thanks a lot, Bernie. Hi, everybody. Tony Jennis from Higher Self. I'm the spirit guy of the group. As a medium and clairvoyant, I can get to the fact a lot quicker than just talking it out. Psychiatrists do that. They are trained to be able to get people to talk whatever it is that is out. I look at it from an energetic perspective, and it's a lot faster because sometimes I'll get the reading or the feeling as a person's talking that there's something else going on. And if a person really want to get to the crux of the matter, that is really where I am. I tell it the way it is. I don't pull any punches. If somebody is ready to ask a question, they are also, in my mind, ready to hear the truth. And some people don't like that because they don't want the truth right away. So I might not be your guy there because I only do one, maybe two sessions with somebody, and they're good to go. It's probably the worst business model in that way. But as far as doing it, I look at it as I'm here to serve in whatever way that I can. And through tuning forks, through the many sound frequency things I have almost an orchestra down in my space down there in my studio, and it's surrounded by chimes at a special frequency, tuning forks, crystal bowls, gongs, and all of it is surrounding the massage table that a person is on. So depending on what I need or what their body is telling me that they need, that is given to that person. And when they wake up, it's like they feel lighter and they don't know why. And sometimes that we get that when we talk out enough that we do it, but you can't just talk out a trauma. You can't just talk out something that's really bothering you. There has to be an energetic part. We have a brain, but your heart also has a brain. In a trauma, not only do you have to talk out whatever happened, but the reason it's still there is because your heart hasn't come to peace with it yet, and you can only do that through energy. So that's where I am. Tony Jennis from Higher Self. We are here to raise your spirits. As far as business goes, ongoing business with Eric, Josh. I did another session with Josh Lamb yesterday. I'm still having some issues with emails going out, and so we worked on that. Visited Susan last week, I think it was. Picked up some stuff, and I'm going to need some more stuff pretty soon there, Susan. And looking forward to another person that's about ready to join the group as well. And let's see, Penny Lee Pervo had a BAM with her. Went to Bernie's. I was going to say Eastside Marios, and but yeah, East Trade Winds, and yeah, wonderful group that Bernie has created there. Way to go, Bernie! That's wonderful, and that's it for this week. So there you go.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much. And so just again, a reminder on the 21st of September, we're meeting at Hive. So come on in. And if you're in the area, or just come online, whatever is going to work for you. So for myself, my name's Bernie. Knack for Business podcast is part of the journey. One of the things that came up in Yovan's talk yesterday was not only optimizing for SEO, but also optimizing so that the AI can find you. And podcasts are one of those paths, right? It's looking for ways to find you. And when bots go out searching, not all bots are bad. They will catalog where you are to make you more findable. So that's the thing to leverage. So if you're looking at stuff, ask your favorite AI that's sitting on your desktop, whether it's Claude, GPT, Grok, Perplexity, whatever. Ask it, how do I improve how I show up? And that's kind of a key to work with. Also have the Profit 10 snapshot. It's free, 5 minutes, yes, no. And it tells you where there are gaps in your business. And the idea is to focus so that you're not always locked in on your particular work. I'm also just trying to share something here, and I clicked on my screen, and next thing you know, everything jumps. I love it when it does that on my computer. Kat Hurd. She's not going to do her intro today, but what I'm going to focus on in regards to Kat, if you have any social media content, she will help promote it with inside the Phoenix space. Reach out to her, let her know what's going on. She's detail orientated, and she can also help with your marketing strategies. And with that all said, the mic's going over to Susan McGarry. Susan, what's happening?
Thank you so much, Gord. Sorry, Bernie. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
last
yeah, I'm
night's
bored. Yeah,
call.
yeah, yeah. Call
Yeah,
me Bob. So
that
don't
was
call me
last
late
night's
for
call.
dinner.
Forgive me. Yeah, Susan with Pure Trim. I'm super excited to share my screen and present to you a slideshow that I put together. Um, and the reason for that is because sometimes people don't always know exactly what to do when it comes to their health. So I've put together this little slideshow. It's kind of jumping there. Susan with Pure Trim. So today we're just going to cover briefly what works and what doesn't. And one thing over the last 25 years that I've been studying and finding out is that the Mediterranean diet is the solution. Now it's not a diet as imposed to weight loss. It's a way of eating. And we're going to cover that today. So your body's been listening to your choices for years. What story has it been hearing? It took years to create the habits that shaped your health today. Today, you can begin writing a different story. And that's what's really incredible about the human body. It's really resilient. I know, because I was that one in my 20s that didn't participate or pay any no mind to what I was putting into my system. So, of course, we all start the same. None of us were born craving pop, chips, donuts, or fast food. We all started with a body designed to heal, grow, and thrive. Then life happens, of course, right? Over time, our daily choices, habits, and environments start to add up. One of the big ones that's becoming an epidemic is processed foods. And a lot of people don't even know what processed foods are. It's essentially mostly like fast foods or food that's in a box. So if you're at the grocery store, if you can target the outside walls, your produce and your freshly packaged meats, that is what you should target. Try to stay away from the freezers with all the box chicken because there's a lot of preservatives and whatnot added in there. And certainly, yes, Health Canada does a great job of ensuring that, those additives that they put in there aren't going to harm your body. But if you continuously use it ongoing for 25 years, that will build up in your system. Stress is another one. Constant pressure keeps your body in overdrive, fight or flight. We've heard of that before. And when I think of stress, I think of your cortisone levels or cortisol. I think it's cortisol levels. That's what causes stress belly and bloating, and it makes it difficult for the body to lose weight. So that's what Jackie was touching on. Really important to go for that walk in the morning, even in the rain. It's a great reset. It's a great way to clear your mind. And so what? You get a little wet. Great news is we've invented towels so you can dry off when you get home. Medications, of course, always sometimes necessary, but sometimes overused and can be a burden on the body over time. We've heard all the advertisements or heard our doctor say side effects might be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? Alcohol is another one. Something I've stopped only because I realized that it is toxic to the body over a long period of time. At 59, it's one thing to drink in your 20s and 30s, but to continue to drink the way I was in my 20s and 30s every single weekend, if you add that to 25 years, that's a lot of consumption, right? And of course, late nights and poor sleeping. Ideally, you want to get to bed at around 10 p.m. the latest, if you can. Shut everything down around 9, all social media. Don't bring your phone to bed. Put it in the kitchen, plug it in there, leave it aside, and just get yourself falling asleep by 10 p.m. is ideal. And of course, busy schedules. That's all people that are always on the go. Always something else comes first, not our health, right? So yeah, that's pretty common. Now, moving my little pictures over. Here we go. I'll just move you guys over here. Your body keeps score, and that's what I was touching on earlier. Um, Over time, oops, sorry, I've got a screen here that's in the way. Just can't follow along. One moment, guys. Bear with me. Here we go. Over time, many factors can impact how our bodies feel, function, and recover. And guys, it's not about blame. It's just about awareness, right? Processed foods we talked about, chronic stress we touched on, poor sleep we touched on, alcohol, less movement, sitting more and moving less. We talked about the walking even in the rain. Environmental exposures like pollution, chemicals, toxins affect us daily, and of course, smoking, which we all know about and many of us don't do anymore. So these daily choices and exposures add up over time, shaping how we feel today and how we age for tomorrow. So we want to cover what not everybody eats, but what's pretty common in Canada in Western food chain is, sugars, fats, and carbs. It's the convenience, right? We always go to the convenience. But if we fuel our body with processed or junk food every single day, 7 days a week, 30 days of the month, 5 years in a row, there are consequences to that. There's nothing wrong with once in a while, Pizza Friday, hot dog Saturday, go for a burger at the chip truck over your holidays, whatnot. But it's when we do that consistently ongoing and it becomes our norm. What we want to do is take that, and what I have on the right here on the screen is the Mediterranean diet. It's salmon, it's chicken, it's primarily white meats like turkey. Those are the proteins that you want to go to. There's other options as well too. But boy, oh boy, if you start looking up Mediterranean recipes, I drool at some of the food that's available through the Mediterranean. They're high in fiber. They have healthy fats and protein. They support healthy inflammation response. What does that mean? Inflammation is derived from processed foods. Inflammation is what affects your joints in your knees, in your shoulders, just your overall mobility. And when you have inflammation in your system, it has a really hard time fighting off things that you might get over time because it's fighting off the inflammation. Your body's sort of taking priorities. Okay, what do I fight first? Do I fight this disease? Do I fight the inflammation? Am I fighting the heart health? Am I fighting the weight? Am I fighting the pain? Let's not overtax our bodies like that. Let's give them a break and look at the Mediterranean diet as a way of choosing our foods. Also, it promotes energy, your mood, absolutely, your immunity, and long-term wellness. So they did do a study of over 250,000 people, and that's a large population research, and it showed that the Mediterranean eating pattern supported longer, healthier lives. So less joint pain, less inflammation, longevity, mobility, brain function, lack of brain fog, just an overall and that's the thing. We don't want to work our whole lives. Like, you ever hear the story of somebody that's worked so hard, go to retire, and they can't because they suffered a severe heart attack, or, they've got other issues are holding them back to enjoy those golden years. Yeah, so again, it's not a diet like we talked about before. It's a sustainable, delicious way of eating for life. So it's a lifestyle change. And when I teach people about this, I always say, don't give up your processed foods right away. Wean off of it. Just do it a little less. That's all. So here's my story. I've done this twice already. Over COVID, I promised myself I was going to walk every day. I was going to eat the Mediterranean diet. I was going to stay in shape and blah, blah, blah. Well, everything shut down. Everything closed. All my shops that I used to go to was to Walmart or Costco, right? So what happened? Hot apple pie and ice cream over COVID. Put on over 70 pounds, right? And I had to get back on the Pure Trim system. I had to get back on track. So it's not about perfection, it's about performance, like making yourself accountable and making those choices to make change in your life. And it's something you can do gradually. So yeah, there was consequences to I just essentially got back onto sugar and then slowly weaned myself off sugar and was able to reduce inflammation, better sleep, mood, confidence, and just be a better version of myself overall. So why change is hard? I'll just move this over here. Most of us know that, right? The hardest part is changing habits, and we've repeated for decades, right? And that's something I struggle with too, because it is habit forming. So I found something very interesting. During the day, we're on our game. We plan our meals, we make healthy choices, we stay on track, we feel good about our progress. But at night, what happens at night? Well, our brain's getting tired. We're more chilled, we're more relaxed. We're not 1000% focused on everything that we're doing. And when you're tired and stressed, your willpower runs low and you start to crave those quick, comfortable items that are in the fridge or in the pantry. So you reach for those easy items. So what's happening to your brain? Well, it's a reward system. Stress, life happens, pressure builds. We want to reward ourselves. We want relief. So your brain seeks comfort. So what do? We go to sugar. Quick fix, temporary relief. And it's an ongoing cycle for many people that I've discovered with working with people. So what do? We have to replace that reward with something else. It might be reading. It might be knitting. It might be going for a walk. It might be uh, producing and doing music. Whatever that is, playing the piano, is it's changing up that reward with something else other than food. And if it is really an issue for you or someone that you know and care about, just have them not purchase that stuff, sugary stuff in the first place. Read your labels well. And yeah, awareness is the first step, and you can break that cycle. Oops. So where does Pure Trim fit in? Well, this has made it a game changer for so many people that I support and help, because they go to me, well, Sue, where do I start with the Mediterranean diet? I want to lose weight. Well, or I just want something convenient. And that's where the Pure Trim Wellness Shakes come in. They're not whey, they're not soy, they're not gluten, they're not full of sugar. They're 1.5 grams of sugar per serving. They're under 200 calories. And the idea of the Pure Trim Shake is they're Mediterranean. They're ingredients that come from the Mediterranean. So you drink a meal replacement, that's what it is, 2 full glasses of water. It'll carry you through 3 or 4 hours. So a lot of my customers that are just on wellness will use just one shake a day. Somebody who wants to lose weight, they'll replace their breakfast and their supper. And they'll notice that the wellness shakes address belly fat first, unlike a lot of the shakes that are out there. And a lot of the shakes that are out there do have whey, and it doesn't matter what source of whey, it'll produce inflammation in the body. Someone that's looking for energy, I love Cardio 9. It supports healthy circulation, it boosts your energy and your stamina, and it gives you that energy all day long. And it's made up of only 23 organic greens, fruits, and vegetables. So it's not like something where there's a whole bunch of powder nonsense in there. It's organic fruits and vegetables that sometimes we don't have access to the grocery store to purchase. But if one scoop tastes like fruit punch, you've got everything you need to increase your nitric oxide, which is something we stop producing after the age of 30 by about 50%. That was that energy that you had when you were in your 20s. You could do your laundry, you could fold it, you go to Costco, you could do the gym, you could come home, cook meals, do the dishes, clean it up, make lunches, fold the laundry, put the kids to bed, and then take a shower and go to bed yourself. That's the type of energy that nitric oxide gives your body. And as we get older, we just put the laundry off, we put the sports off, we put everything off. Well, once you get on Cardio 9, my clients have really noticed a significant improvement in their overall energy levels, which is super exciting. And then we have something that targets joint and muscle pain. This is made of plant stem cells. It helps reduce discomfort, supports flexibility and mobility, and promotes healthy joints and muscles. So, what is joint control? It helps to rebuild the synovial fluid, which is that liquid in between the joints. It doesn't replace cartilage, but if you have any left inside your body, it will nourish the cartilage that's left inside your system. And what I noticed about joint control is absolutely nothing except when I'm doing something. If I'm going fishing tomorrow, right? All day, getting in and out of the boat, no problem. Putting the boat on onto the boat launch thing, on the trailer, no problem. Getting in and out of the Jeep, no problem. Those things, when I had that extra weight and wasn't on the Pure Trim system properly, I noticed really impact my mobility. But when I'm on the joint control consistently, I'm able to do far more. And I even have my dog on it, and she's 12 years old, so we want to keep her walking and active. And then, of course, we have something for your liver. A lot of people are going to the doctors, being told I have a fatty liver. The patient says to the doctor, "What do I do?" Well, there are no pharmaceutical drugs right now for liver detox or to clean your liver. Now, your liver is designed to regenerate on its own, right? It replaces and repairs itself. But if you have a fatty liver, it makes it that much harder to do it on its own. So this is where Liver Master comes in. So again, like I said earlier, it's not about perfection. It's about progress and giving your body what it needs to thrive. I'm working with a lady right now, Kathy, who has a husband, Dan, who's constantly eating in front of the TV at night. And she wants to start holding him accountable. I said, all you do is start keeping all his wrappers. Don't give him heck at the end of the week, but just say, look, I just wanted to give you a visual of what it is you're consuming throughout the week. So if it's Freezies, Joe Louis, a bag of chips, she's going to start keeping all those empty wrappers so that at the end of the week, she can give him sort of a picture, a visual of, hey, and he's diabetic, so he wants to work on it too. This is more about love, right? And sharing. And I think when we have that visual and that accountability, because we'll say to ourselves, oh, I was so good this week. I didn't eat any sugar. I was so good. But then when we see something throughout the week and we say, oh, yeah, no, there was that. And then there was that. And then I did do that, right? It holds us accountable. So we're going to have fun with that. And I'm sure. And she said, oh, I'm going to do that for myself too. So it's kind of cool. Here are some of the success stories within my own team. This is myself. This is a girl her name is Danny. She's from Ottawa. I met her. That's being on the weight loss system. This is Mark. I met him at the Petawawa vendor event there back in 2000. Oh my goodness, I think 16 or 18, and he's managed to keep the weight off. He just uses one shake a day and on all the other Pure Trim products. But now he's got two grandbabies, and it's so good to see him on Facebook in the four-wheeler and lifting up his kids and doing things with his grandbabies. He didn't even have grandbabies then, but now he's lost all that weight and he's just got way more energy. And then Christelle, these are her lash cells before and after applying lash cells. And that's my nephew with the hair cells in the bottom right corner, James. He was starting to go bald in the crown of his head, and then he started using the hair cells morning and night. So I just wanted to take a moment and share some of the results of people that I've helped with on the Pure Trim system. So simple next steps, small daily choices create life-changing results. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to begin. Start by drinking more water, move your body a little more, adopt and eat the Mediterranean foods, reduce your processed foods, and ask questions. That's what I'm here for. If you want to reach out to me and do a discovery call for 15, 20 minutes, I would love that. For anyone who's on live on LinkedIn, reach out to me. I'm not hard to get or find, so I would be happy to do that with you. And then finally, I just want everyone to take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment and visualize your ideal health. So just take a moment right now. How would you feel with more energy every day? What would it feel like? What would it be like to move with ease and confidence? In and out of the car, bending over, raking, doing outdoor chores, running maybe again. How would your body respond to nourishing real foods? We're talking fruits, vegetables, extra virgin olive oil, salmon, chicken, things that are cooked and healthy. And what would better sleep look like for you, for your mood and focus with what you do each and every day? And of course, how would you feel knowing you are in control of your health and your future's health? This is the healthier, happier, more vibrant you, just waiting for you with these small implemented changes. No one's asking for you to do everything overnight or all at once. Just start with small baby steps. You have the power to change your story. Feel better, move better, live better, become, and this is why I came with this name, become your best you by design. Thanks, everyone. I'll close off now. Um, and if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Great presentation, by the way, Susan. Well done. Well
Oh,
laid
thank
out.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good flow to it. Sam, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Susan. I especially liked that you mentioned lifestyle versus diet. I find that too many people in North America try the latest diet, and I think by now we all know that that doesn't last. You need to make a serious decision to eat well, to live well, and to be well, I guess. And lastly, I talk about yesterday. My wife came home and she said, "We're gonna have hot dogs for supper tonight. Are you okay?" I said, "Sure, no problem. We don't normally eat that way." So we had hot dogs for supper. And this morning I woke up and my hands are thick and heavy, and I'm going, what the heck's all that sodium that I had yesterday with the hot dogs?
Inflammation. Yeah.
It goes right to my hands, and so I agree 100%. Eating something like hot dogs processed with lots of salt is not good for you. I'm going to be regretting it. I'm regretting it now, and I got to go back to our regular having better meals. Thanks, Susan.
Yeah. Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah. That's probably why diet has, it's like die with a T on it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's true. I hate calling it the Mediterranean diet. Like eat the Mediterranean diet
Lifestyle.
isn't meant for weight loss. It's meant their diet, like their food groups, That's what it's lifestyle change. It should be say the Mediterranean lifestyle, but it's their food, yeah. And it's all the good stuff. Like if you go to a Greek restaurant, it's all that stuff. It's your shawarmas, it's your um what else?
Olive
Souvlaki,
oil.
if you like chicken souvlaki with Greek salad. And I mean, it's all
Mm,
like drool, drool, drool. It's all really tzatziki sauce, like garlic. It's all yummy stuff. And
Greek
it keeps you
salad.
full. That's another thing. It's sustainable. When you eat a hot dog, great example, you're almost hungry an hour later. And that's why people go to the fridge at night, is because whatever they had for dinner didn't sustain them long enough till they go to bed at night at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Yeah. So, but we're guilty of it too, Sam. Once in a while, it's like out summertime, barbecue them fast, work hard, whatever. But I'm really starting to hone in on teaching people meal prepping on a Sunday, where instead of just cooking one salmon, cook all 5 or 10 pieces at once, and then put them in like freezable, microwavable containers, and then freeze them and have them. And I put uh, rice in there. That's Mediterranean. Asparagus. I'll bake asparagus with Parmesan cheese, black pepper, extra virgin olive oil, lemon. Squeeze it all on there. Bake it. Place it over the salmon. Place it over the rice, freeze it, and then boom. Instead of hot dogs, you're pulling out your Mediterranean dish, you see? And I've been actually doing that for my son. He's 36 years old. Yes, I food prep for him and I deliver it into his freezer 5 meals every week, because my boy, my man is single, my son, and it was every time calling me after work. Where are you, son? Wendy's, where are you, son? Burger King, where are you, son? Drive through all the time. I'm like, this has got to stop. Like, and he just refuses to cook supper. He just doesn't want to. So that's what your girl does. It sounds like pretty nutty, but you know what? It's worth it. It's absolutely worth it to me. He won't accept money from me. So this is his love language. So great. We found something that I can
Yeah.
give him that he'll receive it. So yeah.
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 Yeah. Food is a great way to communicate with a man. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Till he finds his wife.
Yeah, yeah. So it might be a person that'll be on Pure Trim herself, and then just continue the tradition.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting actually. That's-
Yeah. Well, what I love about Pure Trim is it's just something that supports the change. You know, it's your multivitamin. You don't, it's a no-brainer. You take 1 ounce a day, you know you have your 17 essential vitamins and minerals, right? And the meal replacements too are a no-brainer. You know you're getting good supplementation there. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much, everyone.
Great slides again, Susan. It's amazing how well you do that.
Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Yeah. Help
Excellent.
me. I need a good slideshow.
yeah.
So our closing quote is from George Patton, and it goes like this: Success is just how high you bounce after you hit the bottom." Or you're an Indian rubber ball, one of the two.
Yeah. Yes. As long as you don't try and look for a jackhammer to go through the rock. All right. Awesome.